Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is doing well. For today's video, I am back with my second project pan update. I finished up a couple of products. I've also made a lot of progress on some others, and we do have some new additions into the plan. So that's all very exciting, and I'm really excited to share everything with you guys. I look forward to my project pan updates because while I'm using the products, I'm like, yeah, I'm making progress. But when I do these updates and I look back to last month, I'm like, wow, I actually did use up a lot of product. But before we jump into the update, I do want to thank Nordgreen for sponsoring this portion of today's video. If you guys haven't heard of Nordgreen before, they are a Scandinavian watch brand based in Copenhagen, Denmark, and the brand is designed by Jacob Wagner. I am currently wearing their native watch. I wear the 32mm with the gold hardware on the brown vegan leather strap, and this has been my everyday watch ever since I got it a couple months back. I just love how it looks on my wrist. It's not too big, and I love the brown, I love the gold. This is just really my sort of style, and it's a nice, timeless, simple, everyday watch. But I also picked up a watch for Harry, my boyfriend. I got him he picked it out, the Philosopher 36mm on the gunmetal hardware. He picked out the black leather strap as well as the brown vegan leather strap. So we are sort of matching. So if he wants to match with me, he can wear the brown vegan leather strap, or if he doesn't want to match with me, he can swap the strap out and wear the black leather strap. That's his new daily watch now, and it's just sort of cute how we had, you know, couple watches and we're matching. And he's a really simple guy, so I feel like the gunmetal hardware really suits him well. So there's always an option, men or women, they have both watches on their site, and their styles are so beautiful, you guys, and the quality is amazing as well. But another thing that I really love about Nordgreen, the brand, is their actions towards sustainability. So they are ethically made in a Danish owned certified factory, and also their packaging is super eco-friendly because it's made up with upcycled plastics, and also a lot of their other materials are eco-friendly materials as well. And another huge thing that they do is they have a giving back program. So they work with 3 different non-governmental organizations, and pretty much what happens is when you purchase a watch off Nordgreen, you can choose as a customer to give back to one of these organizations, and they will donate on your behalf pretty much. So the first one they work with is Water for Good, and if you purchase a watch from Nordgreen, they will give 2 months of clean water to one person in the Central African Republic. If you decide you want to go for Pratham UK, they will give 1 month of education to a given child in India. Or if you want to choose Cool Earth, 200 square foot of rainforest will be secured when you purchase one watch. This is not just a typical ordinary watch brand, you know, that's more than that. So if you guys want to check out this brand, I think it's an amazing brand to check out if you were thinking of getting a new watch. If you want to get a couple watch as well, like I did, I do have an affiliated code with them. It is JUDY, and you will save 15% off your order when you purchase off Nordgreen. So yeah, I just want to thank Nordgreen once again for sponsoring this portion of today's video, and let's go ahead and jump into the update. So starting right off, I did finish up the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Primer. In my last month update, I had just a teeny tiny bit left, and I knew I was going to be able to finish this, and I did. So this is going straight into my empties bin. And in my last update, I did show that I was going to be adding in the All-Star Primer from ColourPop, and I started using it and it was all good, but then suddenly I started breaking out, and I was breaking out all over my face, and I was like, okay, the only new thing I'm really adding in to my makeup and my skincare is this product. It's because it's probably expired. I've had this since 2018. On the back it says it only lasts you a year. So it is a bummer that there was so much product left that I could have used if I just used this a bit earlier. You know what I mean? I think with base product, I don't want to buy too much of it because base product definitely can break you out since you are applying it directly to your skin. I feel like when it comes to eye products, it's like, you know, you can sort of extend the longevity, but I'm just gonna have to declutter this one because nobody wants to be breaking out, you know? So in replacement for my primer, I've added in the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen SPF 40. So technically this is a sunscreen, but it does work as a makeup base because when you squeeze it out, it is like a silicone-y sort of texture. It feels like a silicone primer, and it does say you can use it as a makeup base. So this is what I've been using. I have marked it a little bit here. I can't really see through the packaging to really really be so sure, but I know I don't have much of it left because I was really saving this product because it's really expensive. But I did purchase a similar product to this that's cheaper, so I'm okay with finishing this one up now. But yeah, I think maybe end of the year. That's my guess. Next up, I have the Pretty Fresh foundation. I can feel that this has gotten lighter, you guys. It is really hard to see where I'm really up to, but like honestly, I feel like I've used so much of this. I really do think I'm halfway through. Like I'm gonna mark it halfway. I don't know why I feel like I'm so surprised, but it's like I'm using this foundation almost every single day. I think I only use a different foundation maybe twice since my last update, so I'm using like a pump of this almost every single day. I've been filming every single day like a mad woman. Perhaps maybe by the end of the year we'll be a little bit closer to the bottom, maybe, we'll see. But I have high hopes and I'm really happy with the progress I've made so far. Like it actually feels a little bit lighter. For my concealer, my marking keeps rubbing off. Maybe it's because I'm always like this when I'm opening it that it rubs off, but yeah, there's no point of me remarking because it's just going to keep rubbing off by my next update. So I'm really just looking and comparing from my footage, but I actually don't think I've made too much of a progress on this. Didn't use it as much, I feel, but I can sort of actually see through the packaging a little bit, but I think I'm still around the same spot, to be honest. Then we have my loose powder. I feel like I made the teeniest bit of difference in this because I've actually been using a new loose powder under my eyes, the Laura Mercier one under my eyes, but I still use this one around my face. But the thing with this, I told you guys before that this product is so messy. Closing this up, powder would fly everywhere, but now no powder is flying anywhere because I feel like I only have a little bit of this left. A lot of product is really just kept in the cap, but yeah, no new markings for this product. I feel everything really is just in the cap. Next up, I have my pressed powder, and I feel like my pressed powder is the one that I look forward to seeing the before and after because you can just literally see the difference in the pan. And I have my laptop here with my other update so I can really see the difference, and oh my gosh, you guys, like it's a really big dent. When I look back to the August, my first initial one, the pan is so much bigger. Like this is like a big circle now. You can really see the middle of the pan. Maybe like another 4 or 5 months I probably could be finished with this, so that's really exciting. I love looking at this. Like this is the one thing that I look forward to the most and seeing. It's really exciting, so yay for this. Setting spray. I finished my 3CE Makeup Fix and Mist. I only had a little bit left. I told you guys I was gonna finish it. I did. So I added in a new setting spray. I added in the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. I think I finished the 3CE one probably a week after my previous update, and then I automatically started using the Tatcha one, and I didn't mark where I started off with because it's not like a brand new product or anything. I was already halfway through it, and then I just marked where I am today. And when you look at that difference, you guys, I'm like, wow, I used a lot, right? And then I'm thinking, you know what, I don't think I actually did use a lot because this packaging is quite deceiving. You actually don't get a lot of product in the setting spray, so it's only 40 mils. I was comparing it to my Morphe spray. The Morphe spray I think is double in product of this Tatcha one. It sort of looks like you do get a lot, but it's a really tall and skinny packaging, so you aren't getting a lot. So I feel like, considering seeing that gap, I probably used this for the past 3 weeks. I think I could finish this by my next update, but we shall see. But I'm actually quite hopeful. And next up, I have my brow products. I haven't measured this out, but of course I will put over the screen my measurements, so I'm not too sure how well I'm doing. But the Winky Luxe Unibrow, this one is going to take me forever to finish up, but I do feel like I have made such a big progress with this. Last month I think I only made like a 0.1 centimeter progress, but this one I feel like maybe like a 0.2 centimeter. You guys will see it over the screen. For the ColourPop brow pencil, I feel like I use this one so much, like so much more for some reason. I think I made a lot more progress on this. As for my good old brow powder from Anastasia, I have been working to make the pan bigger. You know, I've been going at this top edge here, and I do feel like I made a bit of a difference. When I'm looking back at my old footage, yeah, it sort of still looks the same, but who knows when this product will finish up, honestly. For my brow gel, I do feel like the formulation is getting a little bit drier. It's not as wet, so that gives me a sign that, you know, it's getting older and I'm using more product up, so that's always great. My eye primer, you know, I can't really see how much product I'm using through this. I just want to breeze through this. It's not really anything to talk about. I guess I'll give you a proper update once I can feel like I'm getting through this product. For my eyeshadow palette, so I use this palette way more this time around than my first update. I feel like this past month I wasn't really working on so many 3 looks 1 palettes. This coming month, however, there's a lot of palettes that I gotta get through, so probably won't be able to use this one as much, but I do feel like this month I did get so much use out of this. I know 3CE is a little bit fishy when it comes to being cruelty free. We're not really too sure, so I haven't purchased anything new from them, but I just love this palette, you guys. Like literally this palette is my perfect everyday palette. Every single shade in here I have loved, and what I've been doing actually, I've been mixing shadows, and that might sound like, what are you talking about? Don't we all mix our eyeshadows? But no, I don't do that, you guys. When I do my eye looks, if I'm gonna use a transition shadow, I'm using one transition shadow. I don't like to dab into this one and put it on my eyes. I really ever do that. But because I'm more conscious now, I'm like, okay, if I want to use up my products, I should be mixing it, you know, and get more use out of it. This shadow in the corner here, I had no idea what to do with it, but I've been actually loving this to blend out the edges. It is a shade really close to my skin tone. Even if I'm using a different palette, maybe I'll grab this shade here and just dab it on to add a bit of glimmer and shimmer. But literally every single shade in here I love, I have used. As for my mascara, I can feel the formulation is getting a little bit drier, which I actually do like. I feel like mascaras work better once a couple weeks in, you know, and I've been loving it. As for my eyeliner, the Sunnyvale Creme Gel Liner, I know I made a lot of progress on this because you know why? It snapped. The thing with the creme gel liners from Colourpop, they're extremely fragile, and not that I ever remember dropping this. It did snap. A little chunk off it snapped and it fell on the floor, and I'm not gonna use something that fell on the floor into my tight line, you know what I mean? So I did have to throw that little chunk away. Onto cheek product, the Kaleidos Charisma Contour Palette. No pan yet, but I think this matte highlighter, there's like a slight dip into it. I think this would be the first thing that we will see a pan in, but I've been using all 3 still loving this every single day. My blush, let's go back to my last month's update and see. Okay, the pan looks a little bit bigger, but I think with the Super Shock shadow you can kind of fool the pan, you can maneuver the pan a little bit. I do think the formulation is getting a lot drier and it's not as creamy, it's a little bit peely. You can see some of the product is like rubbed off. For my highlighter, yeah, same thing as last month. I'm just not using a lot of highlighters these days, you know, and if I am using this one, I literally take 1 dip, apply, 1 dip, and apply. It's like 2 dips. You know, I could do the 1 dip makeup challenge with this product because I'm not using a lot of this, so it does still look fairly the same. And for my last product, my last update, I have my Dear Dahlia Blooming Lip Balm, and I am digging into the lipstick now. When you look at it directly, there's no product. I'm really just digging in, so that is progress. But yeah, you guys, that is pretty much my Project Pan update for the month of August, September. It's kind of confusing because I started my Project Pan literally in the middle of the month, so it's hard to like track it a little bit. And I was thinking that my Project Pan is sort of like Shop My Stash, right? I was watching Kelly's video, and yeah, Shop My Stash is pretty much products that you are currently focusing on, and Project Pan is sort of that to me. Like, I'm focusing on these products mainly. But yeah, these are the products. I finished up 3, added 2 new products in. There are some good updates on others, some not really. We're breezing by it. I think my next update, I'm not really sure if I want to do another sit down update like this. Would you guys like to see a tutorial of me using the products and how I get like the most use out of it, and maybe you guys can give me more tips when you see me applying it? Would you prefer that? Because I think next month I might not have any products used up. Maybe the Tatcha Dewy Skin Mist, but I feel like doing these sit down updates, although I love it, it might get a little bit repetitive for you. So would you like me to do a tutorial for next month's update and spice things up a little bit? Let me know. Or you guys don't mind me just sitting here chilling, talking with you guys. Let me know down below. Yeah, I mean, if you guys did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up for me. It really does help me out so much, and I would really appreciate it if you did. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!